Hey there, I'm Kara Hackleman, and this is Concierge Weight Loss. Today, we're talking about something every single one of us has faced on our journey: what to do when the results stall. Whether it's the scale that's stuck, or your energy that's dipped, or maybe it's that general feeling of blah. Plateaus can mess with your motivation in a big way. So let me ask you, have you ever thought, why even bother if I'm not seeing results? Yeah, me too. I say that often. Recently, I had a moment like that. I was in a CrossFit workout, the same one I've done for years now. I started feeling like I just wasn't keeping up. Maybe a little bit physically, maybe not. I really had worked so hard to get to where I'm even at, but I was noticing I didn't really have a lot moving me forward. But mentally, I kept wondering, am I not trying hard enough? Am I holding back, or am I just too scared to find out what happens if I go all in? Cue the spiral. I started thinking things like, what if I push too hard and throw up? What if I hurt myself? What if I try my best and it still isn't good enough? But here's what I did instead of quitting. I got curious. I'm going to tell you, I absolutely had a meltdown first. I had some tears. My poor coach had to watch me crying, but I got curious. I started asking myself, what am I really afraid of? And most of the time, the answer was something that either would probably never actually happen, or it wouldn't be that bad if it did. Like throwing up, gross. Yeah, but it hasn't ever happened to me before during a workout. And working out to exhaustion. That was what I was afraid of. What am I going to do? Just collapse? Well, if I did, I guess eventually I'd get right back up, right? That might just show me where my true enough is. And there's value in knowing that too. I even gave myself a new little mantra. This was past the drama, right? I'll give it a try. I don't know. I don't know if I can do it. I quit trying to decide ahead of time if I could or couldn't because I didn't know. I quit trying to decide. I just said, I don't know. I'll give it a try. Let's see. It took the pressure off needing to prove something. I didn't have to get a PR, a personal record every time. I just had to show up and it became an experiment. I don't know. Let's see what I can do today. She'd say, what are you trying today? I say, I don't know. What do you want me to try? And I thought, I don't have to decide. I don't have to know ahead of time how it's going to turn out. Let's just see how it goes. I also started using my smartwatch. I would track the workout zones. I didn't know these things could do this. It's amazing. Based on my heart rate and my breathing, it gave me something new to pay attention to. If I felt like I was working so hard, insert the drama here, but the number said I was in like a lower workout zone, that was actually super helpful. It meant my body could handle more than I thought. Sometimes it was the opposite too. I would say like, "Oh, I feel like I'm doing really good." And I'd look at my watch and it'd tell me I'm in a high zone. And I'm like, "Why was I so afraid of going up here?" And sometimes it would tell me like, "I am dying of air here, not getting enough, and I am in a high zone. Maybe I need to check in and like recover a little bit." It just gave me some information to make an educated decision. So, what does this have to do with you and your weight loss? Well, when results stall, it's easy to get discouraged. It's easy to tell yourself it's not working. But just because the scale doesn't always move, it doesn't mean you aren't working. You are doing great things. Here's how to stay motivated when your results slow down. Okay. First, we're going to look beyond the scale. Are your clothes fitting differently? Are you sleeping better? Are you handling stress without turning to food? Maybe you're showing up to your workouts more consistently. All of these are actual real progress. I love this because if your life is so much better, does it really matter what that little number on the scale is? It just is one thing that we've hyper focused on forever. And I'm a weight loss coach, so if you want to lose weight, I want to help you do it. But wouldn't it be great just to really enjoy your entire life? Like everything, like I've gotten to that where I'm like, you know what? I think my body, it's not the number I thought I wanted on the scale, but I don't know that I even want that number anymore. That number meant something different to me than it means now. All right, next, we're going to ask, what are you really avoiding? You heard my story. Sometimes we say we're unmotivated when really we're scared, we're afraid. We're scared it won't work. We're scared we'll fail. Maybe we're scared that we'll succeed and still feel like it's not enough. ask yourself, just take a pause. What am I afraid of? What am I afraid will happen if I just try a little more, just a little something? Often that fear is just noise. It's that noise, that chatter in our head, right? We hear about the food chatter with all the weight loss drugs now. Fear is chatter in our brain, and you can learn to work with it. We don't have to eliminate it. It'd be great if we could, and we can. You'll grow too, but you can learn to work with it anyway as soon as you're like, it's just fear. Remember when you were a kid and you're like, oh, there's got to be a monster in the closet? You get a little older and you know there's not a monster in the closet, but it doesn't mean that you don't go to bed sometimes hearing all the noises and start thinking like, is there something around here? You're like, okay, that's just the wind on the house, or that's just the tree outside the window. You learn to have some fear and just work with it. So we understand it doesn't stop us anymore. All right. We're going to create a new way to measure what enough is. And so give yourself something objective and fun to focus on, like my workout zones on my smartwatch. That gave me something else to focus on. Sometimes during my workouts, I do math, and I can tell you my coach knows I hate the math when we have to do it. But if I already feel like everything else is kind of just marching along, I'll start playing with like how many minutes are left. And I'll instead of counting up, I start counting back, or I start seeing how long I can breathe in and exhale. And it's just something else to focus on. Maybe how many minutes you moved, or not how much weight you lost, but like what you are doing. How many days you planned meals or honored your hunger cues, or how many glasses of water did you get today, or did you get so much sleep? Start looking on other ways, looking at all those other ways to measure what your enough is. It takes the pressure off of the perfection, and it helps you see wins that actually motivate you. You see what you're doing, and it's like, oh, see, I'm already doing so many things. I surely could try something else. That's the next one. Celebrate trying. Sometimes just getting yourself to show up, it's a win in of itself. I don't know how many times I'll stick with my CrossFit. So many times I just wanted to stay in bed, and sometimes I did, but sometimes I just went and I said, I don't know what I'm going to be able to do today, but I'm here. I might just have to walk laps around the gym. We'll see what I'm capable of today. Almost every time I've gotten in there, and it was something more I could do. That doesn't mean don't listen to your body, because some days I did stay in bed and said, I really need to recover. But most of the time, it was something in my head. Trying something new, tweaking a routine, or simply saying, I'll give it a try and see, is proof that you haven't given up on yourself. Look, I get it. Plateaus suck. They mess with your head and your heart, but they are a normal and necessary part of your weight loss journey. You're not doing it wrong. Your body is adjusting. That's why I say it's necessary, it's normal, it's even good. I told you that I had been working out for a long time. I had done so much to get to where I was at. That was all progress. Of course, my body needed to adjust. It wasn't hard anymore. I was just afraid to try a little bit of something. And sometimes it is a little uncomfortable in your brain and in your body to try new things. So, when the scale isn't giving you what you want, start asking, what else is getting better? What am I proud of this week? How can I support myself through this? I like to say, what can I try? What little thing can I try? Can I just? And then find something small. Because motivation doesn't always show up automatically. No, it doesn't. Sometimes we have to generate it by shifting how we see progress. That momentum you maybe have heard me talk about. Start doing something, and then you start getting momentum. You start feeling motivated to try more. You are growing in ways the scale could never show. And hey, if you're stuck in a plateau right now and you're not sure how to get through it, I've got two ways to help you right now. First, check out my free webinar, Doctor Secrets: How to Lose Weight and Keep It Off. You'll learn what really works, simple, sustainable strategies recommended by medical professionals who want you to succeed without the diet drama. Go to coachingkara.com/sign up and grab a webinar spot right now. Or if you're ready to stop guessing and want a plan that fits you, Schedule a personalized solutions call with me. This is something for the person who's like, yeah, I'm already ready. Like I just want to like get down to business as fast as I can. That's what this one's for. We'll walk through your current routine, pinpoint what's keeping you stuck, and figure out what to tweak so you can keep going, even when the scale isn't. You'll find both links over at my website, coachingkara.com. Click what fits best for you. And don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with a friend who's feeling frustrated by stalled results. This could be the encouragement that they need today. Until next time, keep showing up and remember, progress isn't always loud, but it's always happening.